YouTube provides everyone personalized search results when you type in a search term like TED Talk happiness. This is the #1 video that pops up for me, and I want to talk about what YouTube thinks I should know about happiness. The top spot belongs to What Makes a Good Life? Lessons from the Longest Study on Happiness by Robert Waldinger. So Robert here is the 4th head of this research project where they've been following a group of men through their entire lives. And these men went to war, had families, had jobs, lost their jobs, they've been medically interviewed, they've been looking at them and through surveys, personally interviewing people in their lives, and they were trying to find what you can use to predict happy lives. And there is one thing that they could predict correctly, and that was if the people had enough close connections. What is a close connection? A close connection is someone that you would feel comfortable asking for help from, or perhaps giving help to. So if you needed a place to stay overnight, or if someone wanted help moving, or really if you just wanted to play a video game with someone when you're feeling down. Now that's not exactly a close connection for everybody, but that's about the bar that you need to pass. Someone that you feel comfortable helping or getting help from. What is enough? Enough is basically any number that made you not feel lonely. Loneliness in the study was a predictor of an unhappy life. People who were feeling lonely more often in these surveys would report being more sick, being less happy, and needing more pain medication than the people who reported feeling happier. Lonely isn't alone though. I mean, you can feel alone in a crowded room or totally suffocated in a group of 2. It's really dependent on who you are, and in the end, it's about if you feel more alone than you want to for a lot more of your life than you expect to. So in the end, it didn't matter if you're rich, you had a good job, or even lots of friends. What mattered was that you had enough close connections to make you happy so that you didn't feel lonely. I saw this TED Talk before the pandemic, and I realized I was lonely. And they also talk about how you're gonna get more sick or need more pain medication when you feel more lonely, and that started to scare me. And so I became really anxious about the fact that I felt alone. But then the pandemic hit, and there was less people to interact with. Oh no, now I'm trying to figure out what to do because I don't want to be getting sick because I'm lonely. So I set up all these game nights to try to combat this loneliness, and it works really well. But it's a pandemic. I have less access to people, and I'm feeling better than I did pre-pandemic. Why? Upon reflection, I think it's from 3 specific things. So pre-pandemic, I didn't actively seek out interactions with people. I sort of just bumped around and interacted with people and had these sort of small talk conversations. They were very passive, that if I just sort of had a conversation at work or in the supermarket, that counted. I agreed to do things that I didn't really want to do, but felt that I should do because without them, I wouldn't have that social interaction. So I started going out to do things with people that I didn't really want to do, and so it made going out to be social kind of a chore, and then I started to just kind of resent the people I was with because they always did things that I didn't want to do. I ended up relying on a small number of individuals to try to hit my enough close connections, and then I had these expectations on them that they could not ever achieve, and I started to get frustrated that these individuals were not living up to these standards of filling those connections that I was craving. And that sucked for them, and it sucked for me. By creating these game nights, I kind of reversed those 3 things. I gained deliberate interactions with friends through these video games. We talk about solving challenges, our lives, what things we want to do, what we're looking forward to. We sought out direct interactions and communication with each other. And then I chose to do these things. I want to play these games with these people. So now that I want to do these, I'm fulfilling these desires and these connections. And now that I have those fulfilled, I feel more comfortable with saying no to things. I don't really have a FOMO or this fear that I've made the wrong decision to be alone, because it turns out the right amount of alone feels pretty good. I gained a variety of interactions with people. I'm not forcing less connections to fulfill enough connections. And so the people have a more distributed social weight that makes me happy, and their interactions too better with me. What's interesting to me is all these people were people that I interacted with pre-pandemic. The thing that changed is how I chose to interact with them. I mean, one of the game nights I do is a game night with all coworkers. And I mean, these were the people that I spent the most passive interactions with. We would, how was the weather? I got your email. But now that it's a deliberate interaction in a way that I want to do and it's spreading out these extra connections, It's something that I look forward to every Monday evening to play these games with these people. It's a lot of fun. It's Divinity Original Sin 2, so it's kind of like D&D, but without a game master, and it's totally awesome because I play a summoner who shoots arrows, and we got like a wizard lizard, and a dwarf that has an arm with a tentacle, and then a rogue that literally steals everything. It's great. This TED Talk is what I needed, and I really hope it helps you too. My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe. Okay, this just looks like a do-rag. I was really hoping it'd be like Britney Spears.